Hey everybody, it's your old pal Eddie Stevens here, and I am back today with another product review. Again, I give practical reviews for all my friends out there in YouTube land. I do not get paid by any of these companies. I do this strictly because I want to help my fellow musicians out. So today, it's actually not a bass. I know I usually do bass or bass gear, but you can use this while you're playing bass. Uh, I've been running into a lot of situations lately where, for example, my Morrissey and the Smiths tribute band called These Handsome Devils, the majority of us like to use in-ears on stage, and one of our guitar players has not made the plunge and bought an in-ear system yet. So there's always that one wedge on stage making noise where we're trying to have a quieter stage for the benefit of everybody, for ourselves and for the sound engineer and for the audience so they can all have a more pleasurable experience. Um, so I purchased something to help that situation, which he's actually excited to use. Now I'm going to own this. I'm going to carry it, excuse me, to all the gigs, but he's going to use it. And this is the Behringer P1. Why am I plugging the Behringer product? Well, I will say that Behringer has uh, quite a bit improved their product lines, especially with their consoles. We all know about the X32. I own an XR18 personally, which is a workhorse and is a beautiful piece of equipment for the price. This falls in that same category. This is only about 50 bucks. And it just becomes an in-ear system, straight up. Same idea, same physics. So let's talk about it. Again, this is the P1, not the P2. The P2 is about half the size. And that's a cool product too. This just has a little more features, and for about the same price, I'm always about getting more features because I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Cool. So let's talk about this right here. This is the 9-volt battery compartment. This does run off of a 9-volt battery. From what I read, it goes for about 12 hours on a 9-volt battery. So it should easily get you through a couple gigs, if not three, or more, depending on how long your shows usually are. We'll go to this side first, which is the bottom effectively. So you could do two mono inputs, 1 and 2, or you could do stereo left, right. These are XLR only, which most consoles today are selling XLR outs anyway. They've all pretty much converted to that. If they haven't, you can always buy the adapter cable. It does have a power adapter input here if you want to do that, but that's just more cabling to come off of your backside or wherever you're putting this thing. Here's your power button for the entire thing to turn it on and turn it off. So you've got to make sure you don't hit that accidentally, but that's where I would look first if your feed goes out. On the back, has a very sturdy belt clip. You can put this in your belt over your pants. You can put this on your guitar strap. You can put this in a lot of different places. And here, check this out. I don't know if you probably can't see the threads very well, but you can actually screw this onto a mic stand and make it stationary, which is kind of cool, especially like in houses of worship. Where you just want to leave it there instead of having to do the AV thing, you're just setting a mix. This works out really well, and it's got the adapter in there, so you can take that out to have the full size like we use in America, or you'll leave it in and just take the adapter off, whatever. Depends on where you live. So there's that. This is where the magic happens. So I'm going to turn the power button on. You can see the green light there. It also has a battery status indicator, so that'll tell you when your battery's about to die. And turn this off so I don't waste it. Headphone jack out, pretty standard, 1/8 inch, or MIDI, or aux as you youngsters would call it. You have volume 0 to 10. That's just how much is going to your ears. This is a really cool thing right here. So this is a balancer. This either balances left, right, or input 1, input 2. So for example, if I was in mono mode and I took a feed from my bass head into one channel and an aux from the board into another channel, you could have them both straight up and just turn them up, or you could do, I want more of my bass, a little more of my bass in the aux, or I want a little more aux in my bass. However you want to go. There is an indentation in the middle, so you know where exact center is, so that's really hip. So it's because like a 2-channel in-ear monitor system, which is really cool. It's really underappreciated feature. There's no 2 separate volumes, it's just a pan feature. But it's 50 bucks. What do you want? This is a button right here to be in mono or stereo mode. So are you doing, stereo from the board, 2 auxes linked together and panable, which is where you'd be left, right, or center, or mono for 2 inputs, input 1, input 2, which is where I discussed the instrument, input versus aux input, and then blending the two. So this is a really cool thing. It's not heavy at all. To give you an idea, let's see here. If I had to hold this up, it does fit basically in the palm of my hand. I don't have enormously huge hands, but I am a 6 foot tall male, so take that in consideration. But it's not overly huge, width wise or height wise. Uh, width wise is about an inch and a half. So I'd say it's about maybe 4 inches by an inch and a half. So it's really compact. Totally would be comfortable on your belt, or I would personally probably put this on my guitar strap if I was gonna move at all. It's more secure, I think, uh, and easier to just pop the XLR in and out. Now, also, let me go back to this. It does have the tabs to lock the XLR in place. So make sure when you plug it in, you hear like, and then when you want to take it out, you got to press the tab and then pull out from the tip. As a sound guy, I'm going to tell you this right now. If it gets stuck in there, that's when this thing sucks. And that's with anything that has that security tab. So just be careful. It's like wearing anything else, and you want the first few times you want to be careful, so you don't get it jammed or whatever. Don't jam it in there. Sorry for the ugly face. But just put it until it clicks, and then hold down the top, the little button there, and then pull it out, and then you can release. Okay, so that's just a little tip there. Anyways, I'm excited to use this. Actually, I'm excited for my guys to use this. I can carry this. It does fit in the gig bag very easily. It's a very cool product. Now the P2, like I mentioned, is only about yay big, like that section there, and that's strictly just an input, headphone out, volume. So if you want even more simplicity, the P2 is pretty cool as well. It's only about $10 cheaper, but if you are like me, where you like features, spend the extra $10. This is only about $50, and you get a headphone amp. So if you're a stationary type musician where you're not going to be jumping up and down and moving all around the stage, where you don't need to be wireless, this is a great way to get into the in-ear game. And I will tell you this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, once you get that first magical in-ear mix where everything is just crystal clear, there's no distortion, it's just a beautiful mix in your ears, it's like an addiction. You are always going to look for that. So in-ears is definitely the way to go. It's a win-win for everybody. As a bass player who likes to play it a lot loud, or at least like to feel it, in-ears is a great thing because you can be as loud as you want here and you don't bother anybody. So I've been doing it for years, literally. So it's really cool. So check it out. It's the Behringer P1, Behringer P1 headphone amp. It's called the Personal In-Ear Monitor Amplifier. So check that out. You can get it on Amazon or Sweetwater or any of your favorite retailers. All right, guys, it's EddieStevensMusic.com. That's Eddie, STEPHENS, music.com. Hope to see you guys soon, and God bless you.